Hi.
Hi.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. It's a huge honor because like
Oh.
I'm a very deep fan of
Thank you. Thank you.
How's everything these days?
It's good. It's good. Everything's going well. Yeah, thank you.
It's our second time interviewing with you, right?
Yeah.
Can you say hi to your fan and PikiCast?
Okay. Right here.
Yeah.
Hello, PikiCast, and hello, fans. 안녕하세요.
That's it.
안녕하세요.
A lot of people say you were very similar to the character Dong,
Oh, okay.
who is an illegal immigrant from Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Well, I'm not an illegal immigrant, but I definitely know where Dong as a character comes from, just because I know what it feels like to be an immigrant. So when I was young, I was in Korea. I lived in Korea. I was born in Korea. I lived there, and then I immigrated to New Zealand. I lived in New Zealand for a couple years, and then I came to the States. So I know what it's like to move around, to not know the culture and the language and the people. So in a lot of ways, I try to use my experiences to kind of help me with portraying Dong as a character. So yeah, in that sense, I'm familiar.
So you've been moving around like in a lot of countries, I guess?
No, just like three countries if you if you count Korea.
So what was the biggest difference from like those? Like
Let's see. There's definitely from Korea to New Zealand. Like the biggest shock for me was learning how to speak English. You know, because I didn't know English when I was in Korea, so I had to learn all my English there. And then going from New Zealand to the States, it was just, I was a kid, so all I wanted to do was go to Disneyland. So that's the only thing I was focused on when I was going there. Yeah.
so your only goal was to go.
I'm going to Disneyland. That's why I'm going to the United States.
So was that like only like your focus?
Yeah, that's my focus. That was my focus. My parents were like, no, we're going to take you to good schools, you know, we get better opportunity. I'm just like, I just want to go to Disneyland.
The difference between New Zealand and the States, like, was it like a lot or?
No, I feel like where I was in New Zealand was such a small town, and so, but when I lived in America, it was such a big city. You know, LA is such a big city.
Yeah.
So, in a way, it felt like I was just plopped into this big city, big environment, and I had to kind of find my way, much like Kimmy and Dong in the show, trying to find my way and like experience new things.
If you were, let's say you're captured by the cult, like a movie, and like released after 15 years, like what would you want the most? It's kind of like.
I think honestly, obviously I would want to see my friends and family first, but in terms of to make the answer a little bit more fun, maybe I would just want some good food. Because I would imagine if you're down in the bunker, all you would eat is like microwavable food or just like instant
Canned
food.
food.
Yeah, you know, like canned food. Yeah, exactly. So maybe a good steak or In-N-Out or like a nice burrito. Yeah, some tacos maybe.
I'm also from LA and I miss In-N-Out a lot. Like
Oh, what do you miss the most?
In-N-Out and burrito.
Yeah, like Mexican food and In-N-Out, like a good hamburger and good
Yeah.
Mexican food. Yeah, it's hard, yeah.
You act like you're not fluent in English, like as a Dong, right?
Yes, as my character, yeah. I don't know, I just try to do my best Vietnamese accent. I realize that it's not really about the accent as so much as it is that Dong and Kimmy share the same perspective of the world. That's the most important thing, to just acting and being in the moment and just, you know, taking in the character. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, thanks.
You're like real actor because like you're living in the moment and acting in the moment.
Not all the time, but I try to be, yeah.
So can you show us like a Vietnamese accent if you are okay with that?
I don't know, because like the Vietnamese accent that Dong does on the show is very different from a real one. See what's next. It's just almost the way I do it on the show. It's just more like he's almost always out of breath, you know. So it's like, watch Netflix now, and it's kind of a hodgepodge of different accents. So I don't know if that's definitely not an authentic Vietnamese accent. I don't want to offend any Vietnamese people out there, but yeah.
And in the movie, you were trying to win Kimmy's heart.
In the show,
Yeah,
yeah.
in the show.
Yeah.
But you were like very innocent and that guy right?
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, in your real life, like, what was the biggest mistake you've ever made? I mean, cutest or biggest mistake you've ever made to your wife, or in your marriage life?
Marriage life? Hopefully, I haven't made any big mistakes. You gotta ask my wife. But biggest mistake I've made, I guess. I don't know. I've only been married like a year.
Oh.
So I don't. So we're still in the honeymoon phase. So I guess the biggest mistake would be like not checking in with her when I'm, because I was in Korea doing a movie, and she was in LA, and like it's hard because long distance is hard. So like sometimes like during my schedule I don't have time to call her, So if I don't call her and check in and see how she's doing, like she gets upset. But I would get upset too if she didn't, if the roles were switched. So I guess that. Just not seeing her and not being with her, because like, I'm in Korea, I'm experiencing all these things, I'm working, and it's so fun, and I would think, oh, I just wish she was here to experience it with me, together. That's probably hard, yeah.
Probably miss her a lot, right?
Yeah, she's here, but like, she's here now, but before.
Before.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. This is kind of funny. You're both sexy and cute at the same
Wow,
time.
thank you.
And you're also named number 4 on People's Magazine.
Okay.
2014 Sexiest Man Alive,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
By the way, like, what do you think about it?
It's actually funny. Like, I can never go to an interview without being asked about it at least once. No, I think it's very flattering. It's a huge honor, and I think it's important because a lot of Asians in America, Asian Americans, when they watch TV or where they read magazines, they don't see an Asian face on the cover. And a lot of the times, especially in the younger generations, like they look at these things and they feel sometimes that they're not as beautiful as whatever the magazine is telling is beautiful, right? So at first I was very embarrassed because I don't find myself sexy or cute or anything like that, but thank you. But I think it's very important that we have more Asian Americans in those magazines and in the media, because it does influence how younger Asian Americans feel about themselves. And so I think in that sense it's important.
Okay, so it's about the movie. The Maze Runner is about like getting stuck in the maze.
Yeah.
And Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is about getting imprisoned in the underground bunker.
Sure, yeah.
So kind of awkward question maybe, but
Okay.
in your opinion, like, which way would be easier to escape from?
Oh, the maze or the bunker?
Maze versus bunker.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Wow, I'm stumped.
You're impressed.
Because the maze is like, oh man, that's really hard. Because maze, it changes every night, the sequence, right? The maze, and then the bunker, it doesn't change, but it's still a bunker. So you really can't escape. You're underground, and you just, maybe the bunker, because all you have to do is beat up the guy, the reverend. You just have to steal the keys from the reverend and go. Maybe that, in a way, if you could do that, it could be easier.
I was very impressed because like you've been recently break into the Korean film industry.
Yeah. 특별시민, yeah.
And with great actors, right?
Yeah. Amazing actors. 최민식,
박동원,
박동원, 라미란, everyone's great.
Right? So I was just wondering, what was the biggest reason you broke into the Korean film industry?
I mean, getting a chance to work with all those amazing actors. It's such an amazing project too, to be involved with. So, yeah. And I get to come to Korea, which is fun, so, yeah.
Yeah, your parents' country, right?
Yes, my motherland, yeah.
So cool. So, like, how was the acting with them? Like,
It was great. They're very gracious actors. They give you a lot of advice, and they help you, figure out a scene. And we did a lot of rehearsals, so that was really helpful for me because I had to speak in Korean, and so I had to do a lot of practice, make sure I got all the meaning correct and things like that. So they were very, very easy to work with, and they're really nice. It's a really good experience.
So, it's kind of last question.
Okay.
Netflix original series, do you usually watch it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Oh man, now there's so many. You know, Netflix is coming out with so many new shows. But we like, my wife and I binge watch a lot of shows, and so we watch Orange is the New Black.
Oh.
And there's also this show called Making a Murderer. Have you guys seen Making a Murderer? Have you seen Making a Murderer? You should watch it.
Oh.
It's like...
It's about what?
It's about a guy who is accused of murdering somebody, and he goes to jail. But you have to watch it. Like, it's riveting, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I need to keep watching this. It's really good.
Any last comment to your fans or picky people?
Okay, what should I say to the picky people? Hi guys, just want to say thank you for watching, and hopefully next time we'll meet again and do the third Picky Cast interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Gracias. Oh, Spanish.